Right, this is an example of what you call standard form, standard index form. The first number has to be between 1 and 10. It needs to have a time symbol. It needs to have a base of 10. No, can't be anything else. It has to be a base of 10. And a power, right? Could be a negative or a positive power. Whole numbers. It could be negative, it could be positive. Right, this thing here, it's got 3 different names, I'll tell you. This one can be called exponent. Exponent, you can call it the index, or you can call it the power. So there's 3 names for that one. You can use any one of those 3. But that one there is called the base. Right, it needs to have a time symbol, and the first number has to be between 1 and 10. That's standard form. So very quickly I'll show you what is not standard form. This is not standard form, right? That bit's fine, all of that is fine. It's got a time symbol, it's got a base of 10, it's got a power. That's not standard form because it's not between 1 and 10. Right, that is not standard form because look at that. The base is not 10, the base has to be 10. Remember, you could have negative powers as well. That there is to represent big numbers. How do I change that to an ordinary number? I'll show you. Take the first number there, the 4.32, and because I'm multiplying by a big number here, multiplying that by a big number, move the decimal point 7 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The decimal point is not there. Let's come over here now. Fill in the empty spaces with zeros. So let's write this properly now. That number there, standard form, is representing this ordinary number. That one and that one, they're the same thing. Well, what if that was negative? Let's try a negative one. There. This time, you copy that, same as before, copy the first number, has to be between 1 and 10. Move the decimal point 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. It's right here now. It's not there anymore. Fill in the empty spaces with zeros. Don't forget to put a 0 in front of the decimal point to make it look complete. Let's write this properly. There you go. That thing over there represents this. So the negative powers represent smaller numbers and the positive powers represent bigger numbers. Right, that's an ordinary number. And I want to change that, convert that to standard form. So what you do is ignore the zeros, everything that's ending in zeros, and then copy these numbers here. Remember, for standard form, the first number has to be between 1 and 10. So let's force it to become between 1 and 10. There, that's now between 1 and 10. Right. Then what you do is, apart from the first number there, apart from the first digit, count all the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be 10 to the power of 8. Why 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ignore the first digit. Now let's see, just test that out. Alright, that is that. Alright, that's done, complete. But if you just want to check to see if this is okay, let's just check. I want to change that back to ordinary number. Move the decimal point 8 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 432. We've got 6 zeros. 432, 6 zeros. Yep, that is correct. Just testing to see if it was okay. But with confidence, when you can do this, you won't need to do this extra step, right? You'll just know. Let's try another one. Right. First of all, ignore the zeros, the ending zeros, the trailing zeros, not these ones. Right. The last zeros, all of that goes. So you copy these numbers. you need to force it to become between 1 and 10. There. That number is now between 1 and 10. You need to have the time symbol, base 10. Right. Ignore the first digit and then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. That big number there is represented by this standard form. So now how do I change small numbers like this to standard form? And you know the power is going to be negative. So what you do, ignore these zeros to begin with, and then just copy that. Force it to become between 1 and 10. There. That number is between 1 and 10. It needs to have a time symbol, a base 10, and a negative power. So I need to know what goes here. All you're going to do is count the zeros that you crossed off. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you do this one. Okay, don't apply the same technique for this one. Oh, just put, you crossed off 5 zeros here, so you can put 5 there. Don't do that. This is different. Right, these are big numbers. For the tiny numbers, just count the zeros that you crossed off. Put it over there. Let's just do one more. Right, ignore the zeros to begin with, and then force it to become 1 and 10. Time symbol, base something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just crossed off 5 zeros, the 5 goes there. There you go. That small number is represented by this standard form. Right, here I'm just going to quickly show you a summary of everything I've just said. Right, I know that's going to be a big number because it's a positive power. Copy that. Positive power, so move the decimal point 5 places to the right. 3, 4, 5. It's right here now. It's at the very end. Fill in the empty space with zeros. So that's what you got. 432, 432,000. If it's almost the same, let's do almost the same, but this time it's going to be a negative power. So you know it's going to be a tiny number. So copy that. And then move the decimal point 5 places to the left. 3, 4, 5. So it's not there anymore, it's right here. Fill in the empty space with zeros. Don't forget to put one extra zero in front of the decimal point to make it complete. So that's what it is. Okay, that's fine. So that's converted from standard form to an ordinary number. Now we want to do the other way around. Let's say we've got an ordinary number and you want to change that to a standard form. Remember, that's quite a big number, so cross off the ending zeros. Copy that. Force it to become between 1 and 10. Don't forget the time symbol and a base. Right, it is going to be a positive power because that's quite a large number. So what you do is, apart from the first digit, count all the other digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it is. Small numbers. Cross these off, copy that, and then force it to become 1 and 10. To become 1 and 10. Don't forget the time symbol, base 10, and it's going to have a negative power. Just count the zeros that you crossed off. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Here, I've counted all the digits apart from the first one. So even that one there, the one I didn't cross out. 1, 2, 3, 4. But here, I've only counted the zeros that are crossed off there.